As an introvert, it can feel challenging and it can feel overwhelming when you're starting a business, no matter if it's online or if it's offline. Because it's no secret that if you want to be successful as a business owner today in 2021, you have to stand out from the crowd. There are so many new businesses starting every day, and if you don't want to drown in a sea of similar businesses, then you have to get visible and you have to stand out. And as an introvert, and if you're also feeling a bit anxious and you're also feeling shy, or you are shy, then you might be sitting right now with a knot in your stomach and thinking that you will never be able to do this and that you will never be able to be successful in your coaching business. I'm here to tell you that that is simply not true. And in this video, I'm going to talk you through why being an introvert is a great asset to have as an entrepreneur, especially in 2021, where people feel unheard. And as an introvert, we all know that most of us are great listeners, right? So in my opinion, introverts are some of the absolute best leaders and entrepreneurs in the world. And in this video, right now, I'm going to give you 5 reasons why that's the case. The first reason why being an introvert is great when you're an entrepreneur is that introverts are comfortable being alone. When they're alone, they have time to process and analyze and recharge their energy for the next time they're out socializing with people or the next time they have calls with their coaching clients. During their alone time, the energy that they recharge is also what will keep them motivated and what will help them do their very best work. Personally, I do some of my best work when I'm alone because I am such a huge introvert. I very rarely do well in group settings, but I know as a person and in the corporate world especially, it's important that you're able to work with other people. But I've always known that I do my absolute best work when I'm by myself and I have time to process and I have time to just be me and do what I do best without having anyone breathing down my neck. The second reason why being an introvert is great as an entrepreneur is that most entrepreneurs are very detail-oriented and very observant. Most entrepreneurs, especially myself, we don't like to be the center of attention, and we typically listen more than we talk in social situations. So when we listen, we also observe, and we become much more perceptive that way. So we observe the way people talk about something, the way their body language is, and that helps us be much more detail oriented. And when we do speak about something, when we do have an opinion, when we do talk, it's usually because we have something great to say. And that's true from other introverts that I know as well. I have a few other friends that are much more introverted than I am, and they would never go on camera because they are also shy. So usually in social gatherings, they are the silent ones. And when I talk to them afterwards, I have seen that they really have observed a lot more than what other people would observe. And sometimes it amazes me what kind of things they observe and how they observed that this person were doing while he or she was talking. And so as introverts, we are very detail-oriented and observant. The third reason why introverts are great as entrepreneurs is that we are great listeners. And when you're starting a coaching business, this is an absolutely amazing skill to have, because on coaching calls you will really be able to understand and listen to what it is that your client is saying, because you'll be asking the questions but you won't really be doing a lot of the talking. Your client will actually be doing the talking and you'll be listening, and this way you'll be able to hear what it is that they are really saying. And when we're great listeners, we also tend to hear the words behind the words they're saying, also because we observe how they talk about something. So if something they're saying isn't really true, we're able to see that, okay, so they're actually saying something else. And because we're great listeners, this is really, really helpful in a coaching situation. Reason number 4 why introverts are great entrepreneurs is that most introverts have empathy. And as a coach, that is another amazing skill to have, because if you're an empath, if you really have true empathy, you will be much better able to understand your current clients, but also your target audience and whatever needs it is that they have. And because you're able to have this understanding, and because you're able to feel empathy with someone who's going through something that's rough for them, you, in that regard, you'll be much more successful, because it won't take you as long to understand what the need of your audience and your dream clients are, rather than if you're an extrovert, it can be more challenging to understand the needs of your target audience. And the last reason why it's great being an introvert as an entrepreneur is that introverts are often very self-aware. So that means that introverts are very aware of their strengths and of their weaknesses, which means that they are able to utilize and leverage their strengths much faster, and they are able to realize that they might need to invest in a course or in a coach to help improve their weaknesses. And then, rather than being resistant towards hiring a coach or working with a coach or a mentor, they realize that they need that help in order to succeed in life and in their business. So after walking through and talking through the reasons why being an introvert is great as an entrepreneur, I'm still here to tell you that no matter if you're an introvert or an extrovert, just go out there and get started. Don't let being an introvert hold you back from creating your dream life. Now I want to talk about something that's a little different, and this is also very important, because when you're starting your business, you realize that you have to go out there and you have to share your message with the world. Being an introvert, it can be extremely overwhelming to do so. However, it's so important that you do this, and that you don't let being an introvert hold you back and keep you stuck in the same place. A lot of businesses fail because of this, because the person behind the business is scared to go out there and get visible. And we don't want that to happen to you. I'm sure that you're watching this video because you want to be a successful coach and run a profitable coaching business starting right now in 2021. But if that's what you want, then you also have to realize that you have to go out there. You have to get seen. You have to share your message with the world and with people. You have to go talk to potential clients about your business. And a lot of this is realizing that you have to be okay with being uncomfortable. You have to be okay with growing. But a lot of the time we hold ourselves back because we think that being an introvert, it's unnatural for us to go out and actually get seen and be their center of attention, basically. And we're afraid that we make mistakes. We're afraid of people judging us. We're afraid of showing our face on video and on camera. And we're afraid to talk to people, to talk to strangers as well. And it's okay to be scared, because that's human. Being scared, being afraid, being uncomfortable, that's human, and that's growth. But you have to realize that if you want to grow a successful business in 2021, you have to stand out and you have to go out. You have out there and talk to people. You have to be willing to be seen and show up and get visible, because there is no other way around this. And especially if you're just starting out, you have no brand, no one knows that you exist. So how else do you expect clients to come to you? Creating content does work down the line, yes, but it will be some months before you start seeing traction and before you start seeing proper results. So in the beginning, you will have to go out and talk to people every day to help bring in clients into your business. And that makes us uncomfortable as introverts. But if you're not okay with being uncomfortable, and if you're not willing to get outside of your comfort zone in order to grow and to get clients into your business, to get revenue into your business, then you have to reconsider if being an entrepreneur is for you. Because this is what you have to do. I'm not here to tell you that there is a solution to this. The solution is that you have to go out there. And I'm not going to sugarcoat that, because being an entrepreneur is about growth. And every step of the way, every stage you're at in your business, there's going to be something new that you have to do. And there's going to be new people that you have to talk to. There's going to be new things that you have to learn. And all of this will leave you feel uncomfortable. It will leave you feel like you're stepping out of the safe cave that our brain is trying to keep us in. But every step of the way, you have to be willing to get uncomfortable in order to grow. And if you're not willing to do that, if you're not willing to get uncomfortable, if you're not okay with feeling uncomfortable, then being an entrepreneur is not for you. Your why has to be bigger than you being uncomfortable. Your reason for starting a business and your reason for wanting to work for yourself has to be big enough that you're willing to get uncomfortable and get outside of your comfort zone. And so when you have a reason that is big enough, we are willing to be uncomfortable in order to reach and achieve the goals and the dreams that we've set for ourselves. If you crave that freedom, and if you crave having an impact and being able to help and serve other people, if you really deeply, truly crave that, then you will be willing to get uncomfortable, and then you will be willing to show up on camera and go live, even if it does feel uncomfortable and it doesn't feel good in the beginning. But it's also important to realize that every time you do something, every time you keep doing something and continue to do something, it will feel easier. And with practice, everything will feel easier. It won't necessarily feel comfortable. It doesn't ever have to feel comfortable, but it will feel less uncomfortable. And that's the important thing, that you keep going until something feels less uncomfortable. And if it still doesn't feel like it's aligned with you, then you can go about and change the way that you do things. But it's okay to be uncomfortable doing something. However, if something doesn't feel aligned with you, then you definitely have to find what does feel aligned to you and what you do want to do to help grow your business and bring in clients. So I want to hear from you guys below. Are you okay with being uncomfortable in order to bring in clients and bring in revenue into your business? And what is your big reason? What is your why for starting your business in the first place? I would love to hear from you guys in the comments below, and I promise that I will get back to each and every one of you. Now, the last thing I want to talk about before we end this video is selling. Because as introverts, and if you're shy, and if you're also feeling anxious, then selling is absolutely, definitely uncomfortable. Trust me, I've been there where I felt super scared and super anxious to go out there and sell my services to other people. But with time, I realized that the important thing is that I pre-qualify every potential client before I ever go on a call with them. So that means that when someone reaches out to you and they are interested in the services and the coaching that you have to offer, then you have to ask the right kind of questions in the one-on-one DM conversations that you have with them. So you want to figure out if they have that urgent need, and that if you're able to help them solve that urgent need that they have. You also want to learn if they have the money to pay you for your services and if they're able to afford your services. And the last thing you want to know for sure is that if they have the time to go through a coaching program and to actually start taking action and implementing what it is that you coach them on. Because if they don't have that time, they will not see results. And then that's eventually going to reflect on you, because they might end up saying that they aren't happy with what you had to offer. But it's so important that you pre-qualify potential clients before you ever go on a sales call. And if you don't want to go on sales calls, you don't have to. You can learn how to sell in the DMs. A lot of people are doing that today. And if they already come through your content, they will be a warm lead already. So you won't have to do as much convincing. But the sooner you learn about what kind of needs, what kind of challenges, what kind of problems they have, and if they can afford the offer that you have to give them, then selling to them won't feel that scary, because in reality you're just one person solving another person's problem, and you're just helping them fix an urgent need they have for money. It's no different than going to a doctor today and help them ask them to help them fix a need that they have. It's no different than going to a grocery store or a pharmacy, paying for something that you need. It's just another person solving another person's. It's just a person solving another person's problem. And the last thing I want to mention is that as an introvert, it's so important that you manage your energy and your time. So it's important that you set up specific days in which you have, so maybe on Tuesdays you have sales calls, and on Wednesdays you have coaching client calls. So that way, between these days, you will be able to recharge your energy and show up and help your clients and potential clients in the best way you know. Because if you don't have that time to recharge your energy and to relax and to not be social, and if you don't have the time to be alone, as introverts crave, then you won't be at your best self, and you won't be able to serve your clients in the best way that you know. And so you need to really manage your time and your energy. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to this channel and stay tuned for the next month, and a new video will come up every day that's going to help you grow and get more clients in your coaching business in 2021. Thank you so much for watching this video, and don't forget to leave your thoughts and feedback and comments below, and I promise I will get back to each and every one of you.